day started with a beautiful sunrise into a clear blue sky, which enhanced the colours and shapes of the rocky granite outcrop nearby.
So it's a lovely day again today. Temperature's going to be around 21, 22. So again, a nice day for a hike. So I'm heading to a place called Capu di Fenu, which is a rocky promontory not far from here. And there's possibly a beach on the way as well, and a light tower or lighthouse to see. So it should be a good day. Just got to climb this gate to get out of the campsite, and then I'll be on my way.
Initially I headed north along the T40 main road towards the car park at Bocca d'Arbia to pick up a hiking trail going west, which, after a couple of kilometres, joined up with the anti-clockwise loop of the hike. This section of the hike was generally straightforward through the low scrub cover with views to the west of Corsica. On nearing the coast, the trail offered a right turn towards Capu de Fenu.
And looks like we've pretty much arrived by the sound. Oh yes, there's the Sentier de Feu, or the lighthouse, and this is the Capu de Fenu. So we'll take a walk down to the sea and see what's down there. And here we are down at the lighthouse, or the Sentier de Fenu. But in the distance, I don't know if you can see, it's like a four-masted schooner, or is it a pirate raiding vessel? We shall never know. So as I said, the door's open, so we might as well take a look inside. Oh wow, fairly highly decorated. Even bits on the ceiling. Probably that's Bonifacio over there. Says it was Lumion 1854, so that means it started service in 1854. Obviously there to prevent crashing off this time, a three-masted schooner, not like the four-masted one we saw sailing by. And looks like cormorants are could be on the rocks as well. And here's how the lighthouse was constructed. Which is a quite good set of details as to how it was all put together. And there's obviously a door here, which would take us. Oh yes, a door with a lock. Won't be able to get through that then. Put the lock back on the door, and then we head out. Well, that was really interesting.
The lighthouse was inaugurated on the 15th of May 1874, being a simple square tower 12 metres high, and remains in operation today.
Then as we look from here, you can see like a dark shape in the distance. Well, that, everyone, is Sardinia. Basically just a small ferry ride across from the south of Corsica. So we are pretty much at a southerly point with Sardinia and Italy just across the water. And I've just come down a few of the steps and taken a view, and I was incorrect. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 masted schooner. Definitely a pirate raiding vessel.
On the side of the lighthouse, there were some stone steps leading down to a small bay.
So here we are down at the bottom of the steps. I guess this looks pretty deep enough that a small craft would actually get in here. So maybe get in here and then they use the steps to climb up to where the lighthouse is. And then, as you can see, Sardinia is over there in the distance. And this is the view just in front of where the lighthouse is, to the west. So that's Corsica in the west, which is where a lot of the journey started from, over those mountains to here. But this has been a very interesting trip and a very interesting walk today, hike. I didn't really imagine that it would culminate in a bit of a spectacle, including a 5-masted schooner. Anyway, time to head back.
Following further research, it appeared that the pirate ship was in fact the Royal Clipper, a square-rigged sail-powered cruise ship brought into service in the year 2000, having 42 sails and a capacity of 227 passengers and 106 crew.
Right, we've come away from the Trinité, the lighthouse, and now we're on our way back on a little circuit going back. Just over there in the distance on the hilltop you can see the citadel of Bonifacio. And anyway, this is my route back this loop, and we should next stop should be the Plage de la Trinite. We'll see what that's like. Then just when you've seen it all, you come across this into a sort of like a small hollow in the rock. It's a shrine to the Virgin Mary. Now I remember from Spain, the Virgin Mary was not a patron saint, but the equivalent thereof for seafarers. So I know she's looking out to sea, so obviously there to keep people safe. And interestingly, the amount of pebbles that people have put in and around her. Very impressive. And then just before turning back, there's this lovely little plage, this lovely little beach, which would be a fantastic place to cool off, you know, in the heat of the day. Having said that, I haven't got any swimmers with me, and also it is a bit chilly. It's only about 21 degrees, so I don't think I'll be in for very long, but a lovely little place to relax and enjoy. I might just stop, have a drink and a bar to eat. Well, I can't swim, can't resist a little bit of a paddle around. It cools off my feet, which are getting quite warm and heated in the boots, so it makes quite a pleasant change just to have some cold water lapping over. What a lovely little spot, something to treasure. So we're on the way back. Very different terrain to the other side, because this is hugging the coast, and as a result, as you can see, it's through the boulders and the rock face to make our way through.
The trail continued generally east, dipping in and out of more inviting coves and across a stone-walled field.
And it was right at the lighthouse. I think you should just be able to see on the left-hand side of that rock. I think that's a cormorant trying its wings.
There are also good views of the Genoese citadel of Bonifacio on top of the 70-metre high white limestone cliffs and the mountains of Sardinia in the distance.
And that looks like the 12:30 ferry from Bonifacio to Sardinia. Don't know which town, but to Sardinia anyway.
Along the way, I came across an old lime kiln marking the entrance to the Capu de Paragan, which indicates the division between the granite of the Fenu promontory and the limestone of the Bonifacio district.
So I decided to take a small extension to the Plage de Paragan, and here it is. I thought it was going to be a terrific sandy beach, but as you can see, it's sort of covered in all sorts of stuff has been blown or on the waves in from the Mediterranean. It's not actually a beach you'd want to come to, but it's amazing the amount of stuff that's on here. I don't know what it is, but as you can see, it's really covered all these rocks with it and piled stuff really high. Anyway, the other side of it, that leads to Bonifacio. So for me, I'm going to have to turn around, go back and rejoin the original route in about a kilometre.
The trail then turned north and progressed uphill with some great sea views and more amazing wind-sculptured rock formations.
I always seem to leave the final part of the journey requiring a hike uphill, but finally got to L'église de la Trinité, and here is obviously a shrine to the Virgin Mary, and then over there is the Église itself, so we'll go and have a look inside.
After lighting a candle to the memory of Trisha, I then walked to the adjacent oratory. L'Ermitage de la Trinité is an old church monastery dating back to the 13th century, set 200 metres above sea level among gigantic granite boulders, where it is said that the spirit of the site is inhabited by ancestral practices, initially pagan, dating back to the 4th century, prior to the installation of Christianity. I returned to the campsite via a local road and the T40. On arrival back, I met Ian from the UK on his motorbike and had a good exchange about our respective trips. I enjoyed a shower and dinner before preparing for the night. More information on today's hike, together with useful links and support information, can be found in the description. Please remember to click the subscribe button to receive notifications of the next upload. Thank you.